Hello, Red Wave. It's basketball season.
Let's
fucking go! Let's go. Joey is my brother throughout this basketball season. My brother, we haven't DNA tested it, but we're pretty sure we look very similar. We have the same mannerisms. Our voices sound similar, we are told. This is my brother Cole, everyone. Cole, how are you?
Heidi ho, this is Co. It is great to be back on the podcast, let me tell you. Love talking basketball. It's a late Monday night. Caleb told me I had to do this tonight, so we're here talking about this game, and boy, the game.
Yeah, Colin, it is very late on a Monday night. Work is going to be tough tomorrow for sure. But we got to do it. We had to get it out of the way now, and we're just going to have a conversation. We're kind of winging it here. The first one of the season, so we're going to see how this goes. So, Learfield, don't sue us, please.
Hey, you know what, Learfield? You haven't really got sponsors for this part of the season basketball, so I blame you. This is why I'm not on it during football season. So
we actually had a sit down with our Rob, a good friend of ours at Learfield, and he told Cole, please be careful. This is the type of person that Cole is. So there's a lot of new listeners since football season started and basketball season last year that don't know you, Cole. But just some background on Cole and I. We grew up in the basketball world. We've coached in the basketball world, played I would consider
extremely high level. Let me tell you. Extremely high.
As high of a level as 6'1", 6'2" white boys can play.
Yeah, we coach, JV D5, so that's watch out there.
Yeah. If you are interested in following Beware Bulldogs, you can follow us on X, Beware_Bulldogs, and on Instagram, Beware Bulldogs Podcast. I'm going to put it out after every basketball game because we're recapping every basketball game. Sometimes we may do it live. This one is not going to be live. Just,
Would
know that.
Would Learfield allow me to do it live?
Probably not. Probably
That's what
not.
I'm thinking.
No, but we love you, Cole. I think you're great. So, but you can respond on X and Instagram about the game if you watch it. And we're going to go through those right now on X. Single-use plastic, not stoked on. I guess I should say the final score, shouldn't I? Fresno State played Fresno Pacific, which I love. I'm really happy that the basketball program does this. I think it's really good for the community. Fresno State and Fresno Pacific should play every year in as many sports as they can.
Yeah, dude, FPU showed up too. FPU students. We sat right behind them on accident.
And it was great. Actually, they were hilarious. That was the loudest section in the Seymour Center. Was the FPU student?
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't close, honestly. But Fresno State won the game 77-66. It was close throughout the whole game. We'll touch on all of it. But, each and every year, we have to talk about the Seymour Center. Pretty empty. Fresno fans were not loud whatsoever. FPU fans were very loud and hilarious. Anything else we got to say? I mean, people are going to complain about the Seymour Center every year. It's not a great basketball venue, as much as we want it to be.
What did they say? How many people showed up? 4,400, they said. Is that correct?
I think so. I'm pulling it up right now. Yeah, no, it seemed more about around 3,000, 2,500 to 3,000 people, and it was not loud. It did not get loud at all. A lot of it due to how the game was playing out, but it was. I will say it was a fun game. We'll touch on it. Let's get to you guys real quick. Single-use plastic. Not stoked on the 3-point shooting percentage that the Dogs shot or the 3-point shooting percentage that we allowed. Maybe I'm overly concerned, but with the emoji. we're going to get to all the numbers and our reactions. But Cole, real quick on 3-point shooting. I will say this: better than last year. First game, there's hope.
Yeah, but we were terrible last year. So comparing anything to last year just sounds depressing. So let's try to stay away from that.
Sidelines Fresno State. Glad we got the win. A good test for the Dogs on Saturday. I think the next game will tell us what this team is about. And Fresno's Finest says, kind of along the same lines, no clue. It's Fresno Pacific. Let's play a real team. Then we can be the judge. I will say this. Fresno Pacific looked very good. They have 2 guards that are D1 players.
Yeah, and you're talking about Isaac Peralta and Kyle Monk. Is that correct?
Yes.
Fresno State needs to give those guys $25,000 and get their butt out to Fresno State because they were the best 2 guards on the floor tonight. Not even close. They were good and fun to watch. It's sad because you want to fall in love with the Fresno State players. We were talking about this earlier. You want to fall in love with the new guys, but dude, I fell in love with 2 guards from FPU tonight, and that's sad.
It
just kind of tells you maybe a little too much on how the game went. We won 77-66, but it was rough, and I loved watching FPU.
And I think there's something to be said about them being a Division II school, and expectations for them from us are a little bit lower, and our expectations are pretty high when it comes to Fresno State basketball. I mean, even though after the year we had last year, there's a lot more excitement coming into this team for this year, and so back to Fresno Pacific, expectations low, and you see 2 guards that can definitely play at the Division I level come out and just torch us. Like, what in the world? And by the way, it wasn't just that they could shoot the ball well, dribble the ball well. I mean, they did all of that. They attacked the rim strong, finished through contact. They were good, but we'll get to our boys in a second. Lastly, the ghost of Jim Sweeney. My good friend, Jerry Tarkanian's teams would have dismembered that team by 30 halfway through the second half. Then he would have got his entire bench in the game. I saw a tweet about a Jerry Tarkanian quote in reference to the Michigan scandal going on, and Jerry Tarkanian would say something along the lines of, I don't have it in front of me, that 9 out of 10 teams are cheating, and that 10th team is in last place. But I totally agree. The Jerry Tarkanian's teams were very good back in the day. I think I only got to witness 1 or 2 years of it. I vaguely remember Tarkanian. So that tells you some about my age, but you guys know that. All right, let's get to the game, Cole. Yeah. Just overall feeling first.
We got worked by FPU, a D2 school. What a joke. No different from last year. I'm furious because Hutt talked the media up out the wazoo, trying to talk himself up, and we came into this game and got freaking worked. It was so sad to watch.
It took us a long time to figure it out. You're right. We did get worked. I mean, we were losing this game until what?
6-14. 6-14, we took the lead. And then like 10 seconds later, they took it right back. And then like a minute after that, I think we finally secured the lead for the rest of the game, about like 5 minutes left in the first half. So
yeah, it took us that long to get a lead on a Division II Fresno Pacific team that was scrappy, attack the rim, rebound the heck out of the ball, and was smaller than us.
Well, yeah. So, I know you might want to get to statistics later, but they out-rebounded us by 10. They got 10 more rebounds than we did.
Yeah, and we played 2 bigs for most of this game.
No, I know.
The feeling from this game is one of, I don't want to be hurt again, but it looks like we're going to go down the same path we did last year. And I
Yeah,
don't want.
sadly.
And you and I just covered Mountain West play last year. I really don't want to sit through a full season of this.
I know. What are we going to talk about, Caleb?
Well, I'm gonna get to the positives right now. So, Xavier Ducell, huge positive. The kid can shoot. He was the spark on defense. Really like Ducell. I think he can be a good weapon for us. Actually, I know he can be a good weapon for us. He also led the team in scoring with 19.
Yeah, he saved us.
Yeah. Weaver, the other guard, transfer from Arizona State. No, Nevada. From Nevada, and then I think he was at Nevada. Then he was at a Salt Lake Community College, and now he's here. Yeah, he was the number 1 player out of Colorado back when he came out of high school. Lot of energy, high motor, lot of effort, all effort from Weaver. Runs the floor well.
He had 12 points off the bench.
Yeah, whenever Ducell was busting his butt on defense, Weaver was right there next to him running the floor. I liked the energy, and I like the energy that Weaver brought. And then the other guy is Tavares. That's the guy from Dominican Republic. I thought, but he's not the biggest guy, and he's got to work a little bit harder to get to the rim and go through contact, but he does it, and he brings energy too, and that was energy that we needed in this game because we just came out flat. Once again, we're missing shots, open shots, and I thought we settled for the 3 too much, but those 3 guys brought energy where I thought that, Andre would be bringing that energy, Isaiah Hill, Yap, the guys returning, and Leo, the guys returning from last year would be bringing that energy. These 3 new guys were the guys bringing that energy, and I'm excited for. And I wish I would have liked to seen Tavares play a little bit more.
Yeah, he only played 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Believe it or not, at least that's the stats I'm looking at. And he shot it once, missed, but did get to the free throw line, hit 1, and he had 2 rebounds and a steal in 3 minutes.
Yeah, why
isn't he on the floor more?
He needs to be. He needs to be. All right, and here's the other thing. Yap and Hill had a rough game. They both
started for us.
Mm-hmm. Hill played 32 minutes. Yap played 16. Hill went 3 for 8 from the floor, 2 for 6 from the 3-point line. Yap went 2 for 6 from the floor, 0 for 2 from the 3-point line. They each had a turnover. Hill finished with 10 points. Yap finished with 4. But the reading the box score doesn't tell the whole story. Defensively, they got to step up because when you have, we talked about Monk and Peralta, they torched them.
Dude, the strength program that these FCU guards are on is working. At least short term. We'll see long term if they last, if stay away from injury or whatnot. But dude, they made Hill and Yap look like skinny high schoolers.
Yeah. Well, and by the way, they were quicker.
Oh yeah,
they're super quick.
Yeah, Hill's agility is still second to none. He is his lateral movement and whatnot, and just his natural quickness, but pure speed wise, yeah, Peralta and Monk were way faster. They got their way. I mean, they went right by our guards.
Yeah, and they even did it to Weaver a couple times. And Weaver's bigger guy; he's built. Okay, let's run through some numbers, and when things come up, we can talk about it. Enoch Boakye, they pronounce it a different way in the Save Mart Center. For right now, this is the first game. Forgive me, but Enoch, it's really cool last name.
Hey.
3 for 4 from the floor, 1 for 2 from the free throw line. By the way, we shot 25 total free throws, went 19 to 25. That's 76% from the free throw line. That's good. We got there, but it took us, until the back half until we start taking the lead in the first half, that we realized, we're bigger than them. We should get to, we got a couple inches on them, and we're more athletic than them. We need to get to the rim and get to the free throw line. And that's what happened. But
I think there were a lot of reasons for the free throw increase. We did start, I think we started 0 for 3 from the free throw line.
Yeah, 0 for 3 or 0 for 4. Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad. But we
Yeah,
recovered, obviously.
But Enoch, it was a new big. And oh gosh, where is Enoch from? You remember, Cole?
Goodness me. I think he transferred from Arizona State.
I think so. Yeah, I think he's from Canada. I think.
Yeah, he is. He's from Canada.
And then Andre started with Enoch. The thing that here's numbers for Andre, I should say. 9 total rebounds, 2 steals, 4 blocks, 17 points. He did have 2 turnovers. Only 1 offensive rebound. Same for Enoch. He had 4 total rebounds, 1 offensive rebound, finished with 5 turnovers and 7 points. Both of them struggled this game. Andre came on towards the end of the game, but both of them struggled, and they got out-rebounded, which is unbelievable. They were the biggest guys on the floor, but I don't really think they jumped.
Yeah, hardly. They were the biggest guys on the floor, but they weren't the biggest. They didn't play the biggest. Those FPU bigs, that had to be some of the toughest battling down low I've ever seen in a basketball game. I mean, our Enoch and Andre, they did not know what hit them. They got outworked. Luckily, they did naturally have the size, so it kind of made up for it. And FPU just didn't have the depth, which is a kind of sad excuse because, I mean, it's a D2 school. But their starters, in general, outplayed our starters.
Yeah. I'm okay with saying that. That's true.
And it really, I mean,
go ahead.
I was to say it started down low. I mean, you have Peralta and Monk, who we were talking about, the 2 guards who put up 19 points for FPU, but it started with our bigs down low getting banged up, and it wasn't just the other bigs from FPU. It was they were walking through. You had the weak side guard. I mean, that just gives him a check to the chest, just as he's the big Andre or Enoch are just walking through. I mean, they're getting pounded the whole game, which is exactly what every team should be doing. But of course, the only ones who have fundamentals are the D2 schools now for some reason, whatever that.
Yeah, no, it was the first thing we noticed. Every time a Fresno State player went through the paint, they got an elbow to the chest.
Boom. Yeah.
Every time. Yeah. The one thing, and the one thing I wish I would have seen from Andre is more of a development when it came to moves with the ball in his hand. So I don't feel as though there was an improvement. We saw a lot of the same thing. Go to his left hand, try to force his way through some people. I mean, they were so much bigger than those guys. Enoch and Andre should just grab the ball and go up. I mean, that's what we teach. That's what we coached young kids because we don't want to bring him down and get a jump ball. They kind of hid there. Enoch tried to overpower everyone and had a couple charges called against him. He just got to grab the ball and go up. Same with Andre. Grab the ball, go up. Nobody's going to block you. So, and if they do, they're going to have to go through you and foul you. So finish it.
Well, and they would pump fake 2 or 3 times. Just shoot the ball.
Yeah.
Because FPU was good at collapsing on our bigs.
Yeah. Well, because we weren't we weren't hitting threes at first. Then Ucell hit 3 in a row and really fired the crowd up. And that's when we kind of pulled away. We went on a little run there. And then Hill hit a couple. And we looked good on that run. And Ducell that's where he's going to help this team. That's what we missed last year. Ducell looks consistent as a 3-point shooter, and that's what we were told he was, and he played that role. And also, he was big, strong, and tough on the defensive side of the ball, which I already said. So I thought the bigs were fine, but we're going to have to take a big step forward when it comes to any competent big or big strong guards down low. I think I talked about Ducell, but his numbers, he played 33 minutes, played the most on the team, went 4 for 10 from the floor, 4 for 7 from the 3-point line, 7 for 7 from the free throw line, finished with a rebound, 3 assists, 4 steals, 19 points, and 1 turnover. Solid. I think we can easily say that Ducell is the player of the game, for sure.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And then we talked about Yap and Hill, 10 points for Hill, 4 points for Yap. Last year, Cole, we talked about it last year. Whenever Yap drives, he would rarely pass. I don't know if I don't remember him passing at all last year.
He had two things. He would always throw up a floater, and then everybody in the Mountain West figured out that he would just drive and throw up a floater. So then he just started throwing alley-oops to Andre, and then everyone started figuring that out. So then he just collapsed. Yeah, that's what I remember at least.
Yeah, I mean, Yap, he's bigger than Hill, and so I there's going to be matchups where we're going to have to play that to our favor, maybe. But Hill's so quick he can make up for it, and right now he's a better shooter than Yap. But the first drive, Yap turned it over. He tried to pass, and then he turned it over. And dang it, Hill. I mean, dang it, Yap. Now is when I want you to score. If you're going in, you're that close, you might as well score. So we're going to need a lot more production from Yap and Hill, a lot more production than this game. Off the bench, 4 guys came off the bench. We mentioned Tavares. He played 3 minutes, and in those 3 minutes, he had 2 rebounds, a steal, and a point. He got to the free throw line. Really like the energy he brought.
One of those rebounds was an offensive rebound. I forget exactly how he got it, but hey, it's a rebound.
One of the 6. It might have been his own miss. I don't remember, though. Leo Colomario came off the bench, played 30 minutes, had 7 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, a block, and a turnover. What did you think about Leo?
I mean, he's still that's a good stat line. When it comes to the actual game, it wasn't anything impressive. I mean, every once in a while he'd crash the boards and get a rebound, but for the most part, I mean, we were out rebounded, so I didn't really notice it, I guess.
Yeah, the only time I noticed it, and this might just be the basketball coach in us, is I notice and remember a lot of the bad things, the things that we need to fix. But our guys don't jump when we're boxing out, and then we don't go get the ball. But when Leo jumps, when he decides to jump, he'll outjump everyone and grab the rebound. He could do that every play if he wanted to. He needs to do that. I thought this game, Leo did, there's those things where he didn't do anything great to stand out. He didn't do anything bad. He's just kind of there. That was Leo today. And like, he did attack the rim hard, and he got to the free throw line, went 3 for 5 from the free throw line. So that's good. That's fine. But
I mean, yeah, 2 for 2. So 2 for 2 for field goals and 3 for 5.
Yeah. No. I don't know. It's just I would like to see. I guess I would like to see a little more from Leo. If you're going to play 30 minutes, I'd like to see a little bit more.
Yeah, especially. I mean, if I feel like one of our guys just didn't take over the game, and we're playing a D2 FPU team, and just somebody please step up. And Leo had that opportunity with the amount of minutes he played, and he didn't. So, I mean, because what was happening was we had 4 white boys that were taking it to our guys, and I hate seeing that. When just like, what are we doing, guys? I don't know. It just. I could go on. I could go down that rabbit hole. I'll resist.
Hope played the transfer from Utah Tech. He played 14 minutes, 0 points. He went 0 for 2 from the 3-point line, 0 for 2 from the floor. no free throws. He did have a rebound, an assist, and a steal. I thought Pope was a liability defensively tonight, and
Popey
I'm
looked
pretty,
dopey.
that is true. He looked lost out there, and I don't know if that because it's a new system, and we know the defensive system that Hut runs is a little more intense, but defense is effort. Once you know the system and where you're supposed to be, and I mean, to be honest, it's not that tough. So I don't know what Pope was. I'm not sure. I don't know where Pope was. He just seemed lost.
No,
Now,
what's
there has to be
ingrained
some
in my
effort because he
brain.
got burned.
Sorry, what'd you say?
No, I just because he got burned on a couple plays. Is like he's not even paying attention.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead. Something is engraved in your brain.
Yeah, is when he had the ball up at the top of the key. This was in the second half, and I think he was open to shoot it, and instead he decides to swing it to the wing, but is completely telegraphing his pass. And I think the FPU player was taken aback because it was literally went right towards him and bounced off him. And I think either went to our guy or went back to Pope. It's like, what do you? He had just got put in the game, and he was just moving so slow. And then I turned to you and just like, Pope's on dope. What in the heck was that? Dude, get in the game. Let's go.
Yeah.
I mean, that's when you need a team manager or something that's just going to sub him off, just slap him in the face and get back in the game, man. My goodness.
Splash some cold water on him.
Yeah.
Because Pope's running around. You could tell this guy's an athlete. I mean, he was a stud at Utah Tech. He's a scorer, and it's there. But first game jitters. I'm gonna say it's first game jitters for Pope, and then we have Weaver. Played 25 minutes. I thought they're solid minutes. I went 6 for 10 from the floor, 0 for 2 from the 3-point line. Missed his one free throw. Finished with 3 rebounds, 12 points, a turnover, and a steal. I really liked Weaver. I thought he brought a lot of energy on defense.
Love
like
Weaver.
I said, he was running. Yeah. I'm really happy that Weaver's here, and I think he's going to make a big difference. A name to remember throughout. I think we're going to be talking about him a lot this season.
He should start over Yap. Just throwing it out there.
Well, after that game, I think there's really no argument. But what did you think about this too big system? Because it didn't work the way I thought it might.
No, when they were announcing the teams, I got really excited. I was like, I really like this because last year, I remember one of the first podcasts we did was, why are we not doing a too big set with who was this, Isaiah Moore?
Yeah.
And
Andre.
He didn't play for the other half, but Isaiah Moore and Andre, because they would dominate. And I think they were in together a little bit last year, and they did dominate. So we got this look right away. We're playing an FPU team who we have a few inches on. We definitely passed the eye test over them, and so I was excited. But next thing you know, they're getting shoved around, and they don't have like you said earlier, they didn't have a move. They were collapsed. They would get the ball, and then FPU would immediately collapse on them, and we were just trying to force feed them the ball because yes, it was totally a mismatch, but it obviously wasn't working. And then we stuck with it for the first half, basically. We didn't adjust. Yeah. We didn't adjust quick enough out of it. So same story.
I
You there?
Opportunities for mismatches. Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
All we heard was opportunity for mismatches.
There are those with this team, and I think there's more of those this year than there was last year. With our two bigs, we can find a mismatch. We just need to execute. With Ducell, there will be a mismatch. I think Isaiah Hill, can be a mismatch most games because of his quickness and his ability to shoot. If he's on, it's a huge mismatch because he could force help and do a lot of good things. We just need Isaiah Hill to do that. Shoot, that I think I can only remember one time he attacked the rim tonight. He attacked the rim, finished. It was nice. I want more of that from Isaiah. I think he can be very good doing that.
Yeah, he had a lot of opportunities to do it, but then he would always. It's like it's ingrained in his mind you have to run the offense, and if he goes by his guy and it's wide open, but it's not the offense, he'll do what the coach says and try to run the offense. Just shoot the ball, dude. You could. It's just annoying to watch him do that because there's so much potential, and then I feel like it's just wasted. He gets to the middle of the key and passes it. Just throw a little floater, dude. Get a floater in your game.
I agree. I think Zay could take over games whenever he wants. So it's going to be
offensively.
Yeah.
Defensively, he looks so weak today, but that's a different story.
We're going to have to work on defense. I think the guys are still learning how things are going to run. Some more numbers. We shot 50% from the field as a team. That's pretty good. We shot 31% from the three-point line as a team. Fresno Pacific shot 53% from the three-point line. Those guys were lights out, bro. And that's usually
Monk was lights out.
Yeah, Monk was nuts.
And then you had Abbott, the white guy who chucked up crazy arcing threes that hit nothing but net. He went 2 for 2, by the way. He only got 2 off, but they were both just beautiful.
Yeah, it was wild. You know that's what they're gonna have to do to beat you is hit threes when you play the teams like this. I mean, it's the same at every level, to be honest. And the teams that aren't athletically, they're not going to compete with you athletically. They're going to shoot threes and they're going to do well. And that's exactly what they did. And they stayed in the game doing that.
Well, I mean, their guards did compete athletically with our guards.
At
least for once,
very true. That's very true. I thought the funniest play of the game was if you were there, you would laugh. There was a pasty white dude from either Australia or Finland or something. He caught the ball. Nope, somebody lost him, and he cut through the middle of the key and rose up above everyone and just dunked it. And I looked at you, just dying laughing. What just happened? Well, how did we let that off?
That was even better because the possession before for offense for Fresno State, Andre finally got a nice poster, right? And everybody in the stadium was going, "Oh yeah, Fresno! Like take that FPU," because FPU they were in the game and they were taking it to us, and then so it kind of shut the FPU students. They were a little quiet, and then immediately after, lane just opened up, white boy, boom! It's like, what the heck just happened? Are you kidding me, guys? Oh my god. Dude, I think it was a dude from Finland. They have a bunch of guys from Finland on their team.
Yeah, this dude was pasty white and real, like almost white hair. It was yellow. Oh man, it was pretty funny.
You can tell they're from Finland because they have parted hair in the middle.
The last thing I will say, and it's a positive, defensively, we forced 17 turnovers. That's big. And I mean, the first game, you're going to force more turnovers than most game, but we were in them and we forced, and I should say there was actually turnover. We stole the ball while they were dribbling. That doesn't happen a whole lot. Usually you get, you hit passes or you force them to step out of bounds and things like that, which we did. But I believe it was Ducell twice on his 2 steals. It was just the guy dribbling, and he just poked it out and grabbed it, overpowered him one time. I think Weaver did. I think Weaver did that too, if I recall correctly.
I don't know if Weaver did. I know every time Ducell did it, Weaver ran the floor. He was the only guy that would run the floor with him, and then it just passed to Weaver dunk.
The other thing that I thought was hilarious, and you guys might think this is pretty good, is there was a series there where it was just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Lots of missed shots. Then there'll be a made 3, get it and go, get it and go. And Enoch was in, and their big was in. I think it was Abbott at the time. Maybe it was a different guy. No, it was a different guy. And they were gassed. They were walking 3-point line to 3-point line, and it was hilarious.
Yeah. Dude, the bigs was a battle, man.
Oh, they're getting beat up. Yeah. I don't really have much else to say about this game other than, in general, this Fresno State team is really going to have to wake up and play with a lot more heart if they're going to want to be in games later in the season, because this is a D2 team that does not have the size as D1 schools. They do have D1 guard play. They do. They're legit. But other than that, like, they don't have, I wouldn't say their bigs are D1.
No.
Size-wise.
Not at all, no.
Yeah.
They didn't play. Their bigs were big and tough, but most of them were a step slow.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't really matter because their guards were playing, foot for foot with our dudes. So,
right. So we're really gonna have to figure things out. I think shooting, I think we're gonna be okay, Cole. I think we're gonna be okay shooting this year.
Only because of our new guy we stole from Wyoming. So.
Whatever we did to get him, we need more of that. I don't know how much money we're paying him, but keep it coming, man. I like to sell.
Pay Monk, pay Peralta, Matthew, pull them. We need them. They took it to us.
The other thing I'll add is, I started out the show by saying that we should be playing Fresno Pacific in every sport we can, because it's a fun game. It's in the city, within the same city, and I am inclined to go watch some games now at FPU. That is a very good D2 team. Very good. They're going to win a ton of games.
Well, I hope they're a very good D2 team. If not, Lord help us in D1. Holy cow.
Yeah. The other thing that did stand out to me that I just remembered now is there were more smiles on the Fresno State side of on the bench and on the floor. Tavares, I believe, brings a lot of energy. Ducell is always clapping and getting guys going. There's a lot more positive energy coming from the Bulldogs this year than more so than last year, I would say.
Oh, 100%. But we're one game into the season and we haven't played a D1 school yet. So,
yep. We're going to find out. We got a game Saturday, and we're going to know more about this team as the year progresses, as the season progresses. We'll see if we can get Pletz on here to talk basketball. I don't know what that guy was doing tonight. Where were you, Pletz? I know he's going to listen. So, we got
past midnight recording.
Yeah. It's pretzel baby time, Pletz. But we have preview coming up for San Jose State. We have our get to know coming up for San Jose State, and the wonderful Jackson Moore is going to help us with that one because he covers San Jose State. And then Cole and I Saturday I don't know how we're going to do it because we got a football game Saturday and a basketball game Saturday. It's going to be full of Fresno State sports on Saturday. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Okay.
And we're going to
got work too.
I know.
Still harvest here.
Well, when you work in the port world, it's still harvest. But
yeah. And
Yeah.
I do. You see my hands there. I'm black.
No, you're not. You play. You don't play basketball like that's for sure.
I never said
you
that.
uh, the so to all right. Well, we need to thank our sponsors. Before I forget, we do have sponsors for basketball season. Currently, Givoli Winery. You check out Givoli Winery, located in Biola, on Biola Avenue, just north of Shaw. Open on Saturdays and Sundays, noon to 5. They have wine tastings there. Very good wine. And also wood fire brick oven pizza. You can also schedule by on weekdays by appointment only. That's Givoli, or as most people will say, Zavelli. And also, we need to thank the Vine Church in Fresno. The Vine Church in Fresno is located on Shaw, just north, just I have it here. My goodness. Just west of Grantland. In between Grantland and Garfield. How about that? The Vine.
On the north side of the road.
Yes, on the north side of the road. Thank goodness roads in Fresno, most of them are on a grid. But the Vine Church in Fresno is located on Shaw, just west of Grantland, before Garfield, on the north side of Shaw. And they meet Sundays at 10 a.m. And if you're looking to learn more about Jesus, strengthen your community, you want to get some prayer or involved in small groups, come on out. They have all of that available for you. Sundays, 10 a.m. is when they meet. And or you can let me know what you need, and I can get you plugged in and talking to somebody because I attend church there. And they hand me a mic and let me do announcements every once in a while, but not Cole. They don't do that with Cole, that's for sure.
I've done like 3 times.
But thank you to Givoli Winery and the Vine Church for supporting Boyer Bulldogs podcast. Cole, any last words on this game?
Oh, no, not on this game, but stay tuned for this year. We got a coach that's on the hot seat. It's going to be interesting to see how he handles his potentially most likely last year. And I mean, if he doesn't do well this year, then his head coaching career might be at stake. So there's a lot at stake for him. And obviously, we want the Dogs to do well. So I'm excited to keep covering this. And hopefully it goes better than last year. I mean, it's the worse we do, it's really easy to do this podcast when there's a lot of negative, right? It's just easy to be negative. I really do like that. I don't have to think very much. This is I get angry and everybody's happy because Cole's fun to listen to because he gets mad.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Well, express the feelings that everyone's expressing. I do like doing that. But
the one thing
we're doing well, I haven't done a podcast when we've done well. So
when we beat New Mexico last year, that was a fun podcast.
Yeah, that was one of the first ones we did too, I think, right?
Yeah. So stay with us this year. Cole and I are working on it. It's a late night for us. So, but my contacts are dry. I can't hardly even see the screen right now.
I'm trying to keep my eyes open.
So thank you guys. We're on YouTube, by the way, if you dare to see our faces and Cole's.
Yeah, thanks for forcing me to. This is my last second setup right here. Caleb calling me at 11 p.m. Oh, we got to do the podcast. Video, by the way.
Yep. It's good. Thank you guys. Stay safe, stay healthy. God bless. And as always, go Dogs.